Hello, everybody, and welcome again to this wonderful event. Today, I'm happy to introduce to you Haishi. He is an architect, coder, author, inventor, and enthusiastic open source software contributor. He has authored over 11 books on cloud computing, edge computing, and AI, and he holds 4 patents in these fields. Haishi is the co-creator or initiator of several cloud-native computing foundation and Eclipse Foundation projects, and with over 37 years of coding experience, he is currently working at Microsoft as a principal architect. So, Haishi, over to you.
Thank you, Hank, for the introduction. And hey, everyone, it's really nice to virtually meet you online. And I'm honored to have this opportunity to come to the Lean community to talk about how we can use AI to boost Lean practice. So myself, I'm not a Lean expert, but I know a thing or two about AI. So hopefully I can contribute some unique value to the community. So today we have like a tight agenda. Basically, I want to talk about 3 things: reduce waste, build up more value, as well as continuous improvements. But of course, like I said, I'm not the subject expert on this. You guys probably know more than I do. So I'm trying to bring into the AI perspective. Basically, I'm going to talk about how we can use AI to reduce waste, how we use AI to build up more value, and how we use AI for continuous improvements. So with that, I will just quickly jump into the first topic, how we can use AI to reduce waste. And I think everybody here knows about the 7 wastes of Lean, as summarized by Toyota initially. And I think in some contexts, there's a 8th waste got added to the list, which is at the bottom of this screen, which is non-utilized talent. So basically, this refers to the waste in human brain power, right? If you have employees or workers whose brain is not efficiently used, then that's a waste. Actually, if you think about it, um, pull-based decision-making is like a foundational Lean practice, right? It prioritizes actions that will be aligned closely to customer demands, right? But if you think about it, we can take that a step further. If we use AI capabilities such as analysis, anomaly detections, and predictions, we can actually be one step ahead, right? We can actually take proactive steps before the waste happens, right? If we know something bad is going to happen, how about we use AI to counteract that before, instead of being reactive, right? We'll be proactive with that. And of course, today we don't have time to talk about each section in details. Basically, on the screen, I provided like a brief samples of what kind of capabilities can lead to what kind of actions, then can help to reduce waste in each of the area. But for today's talk, I'm going to focus on the last one, which is, I think, less talked, but I think it's an important area. Because from my perspective, I think the waste of human brain power is one of the most significant waste in the workforce. And now with new development of AI, we actually have this tremendous opportunity to make full use of the human brain power. And but before we do that, I want to give you a brief review of what's been happening in the area of AI application in the past few years. I'm putting everything into one diagram. Basically, in the horizontal axis, I'm showing different AI capabilities. And vertically, I'm showing different ways we've been engaging with AI, from API all the way to agent. So horizontally, from left to right, the AI capabilities is more powerful, which means they will lead to more values, but they also bring new challenges. So basically, we go from the spectrum of knowledge searching to recommendations to planning and eventually to take actions. So if you're going to the right, you're tapping into more values of AI, but you have more challenges as well. And vertically, if you go up, AI is becoming more proactive. So traditionally, when you use AI as an API call, it's like a totally passive, right? It's just a service that you can call, you get some result back. But now we are progressing rapidly to those autonomous agents. So basically, now this agent, not only they can complete your task, they can actually generate their own plans, taking their own actions. So going up the direction is becoming more proactive. And in the past few years, there have been a lot of attempts going on in this field. But in general direction, we are moving to from bottom left to upper right corner, right? We are trying to harness more and more value from the AI. So that's a brief overview of what's happening in the AI application. I mean, not AI research, but the AI applications area. And today I want to focus on one specific area that I think has tremendous value in terms of innovation, which is this new user interaction paradigms. So traditionally, when we talk about human-computer interaction, we are talking about this two-party interaction, right? We have a human who use some computer system. But what's happening in the past few years is that we actually have a new player in this interaction. Notice here, right, the AI is not just an enhancement to the computer program, but in this interaction pattern, AI is actually acting as a separate participant. It's almost parallel to human, right? It's participating in the workflow. It's helping the human to accomplish different tasks. And in some cases, the AI can take over to accomplish some tasks by itself. I mean, only when we realize that we are facing a new interaction paradigm, then as we design or use tool chains, we can fully harness the power of AI, right? And if we view AI as just the enhancement of the program, then we're missing a lot of opportunities. And actually, I believe in the near future, this pattern will be expanded even further. So in addition to AI, human, and computer, we will add like a environmental awareness as well as the social aspect. So this user interaction paradigm becomes like a multi-party, really rich dynamic interaction. And what I mean by this is that regardless of what kind of a complex system you are facing, with the assistance of AI, the user can actually navigate through that system as well as like a complex information ocean more easily. So in this way, we can reduce a lot of waste and we can help the user to quickly accomplish what she wants to do. I know this is a kind of abstract to talk about it. So I'm going to show a quick demo. I mean, be aware, this is like a early engineering prototype. It's not pretty, but I hope we can show some early concepts. So I'm going to switch to my app. I hope it's okay, right? You can see this UI. Okay, so as this is the new user experience we're experimenting. We have a bootstrapping experience, which is a chat box. But this doesn't need to be constrained to a chat box. You can use any experience as starting point. But in this case, I'm just saying show me system status. Okay, so basically, as a worker, I just log into the system. I see, I just show me what's happening. So I'm not like navigating to like an overview page, navigate through menus. I'm just saying, do whatever you can to assemble this view and present it to me. And that's what AI does. And moreover, right, as I look at this view, AI is still working in the backend. It's trying to see, hey, as this user, based on my profile and my responsibility, what would be the most relevant information to me? So the AI is actually drill into the different parts and bring in the most relevant information to me automatically. So in this case, you can see it's showing the robotic arm status. Oh, there's an error happened, but it got recovered. And there's a torque sensor is reporting some anomalies. And again, to investigate, let's say I want to investigate this. I don't need to learn how to navigate this system. I just click on this problem in the most intuitive way, right? I click, I want to learn what's more about this. And the AI decided, okay, in this case, probably I will show you a video feed of the conveyor belt. Of course, this is like a mock video feed. But the decision is made by AI. It decides, right, if presenting a video feed will help you the most at this particular moment to diagnose that issue. So that's what happens. So you can see from the user's perspective, it's really effortless to drill into different aspects of the system, and all thanks for AI. And for instance, this robotic arms, you can see there's an error happened, and I want to see the logs, what happens when this error occurred. Traditionally, in a complex system, right, you have to know how to attach to the robotic arms, how to navigate the logging system, how to do a search, even do some like a big data query to find the relevant parts. But now what I can do is to say, show me a logs when this happened. And here I even didn't say what happened, right? It's just because this system is fully context aware. So the AI figured out, okay, when I say this happened, I meant this error happened. And if you just go about, look into the database, find the logs segment, and just bring the relevant logs to me, right? This is not complete log, just the logs are related to that incident. So this is just a quick prototype, as I mentioned, how we can envision this kind of system. Like this interaction is not just between me and computer, right? AI is actually in the back actively analyze my actions and trying to bring the most relevant information to me. So in this way, as a worker, my waste of brain power is really reduced, right? Because I get the most relevant information quickly, and I can do whatever like to produce the most value to the company, right? So with that, I'm going to go back to the demo. So that was actually the first section, how to use AI to reduce waste. I know I just showed this very tiny demo, but I think it demonstrates how what kind of new opportunities AI brings to us in terms of reducing waste. And quickly to jump to the next section, I will talk about how to use AI to build up more value. And in this section, I'm just going to propose one idea, which is called mass personalized production. So just a quick review, right? Traditionally, the lean practice is all about streamlining and the mass production process, right? So in this case, I'm showing a product as in this box, and the green part shows the margin, the profit margin of that product. Usually in the mass production world, that margin is relatively small. And the way you make money is to rapidly make a lot of them, right? That's how you make a business. And on the other hand, there are increasing demand on personalized product. Nowadays, people are looking for more personalized services and product in their lives. So there's a rise of those kind of a product. And this kind of product usually have higher margin, right? Once you make one, you can make a lot of money out of it. But the challenge is that it's really hard to scale out that production process. And what I believe AI brings us is this opportunity of mass personalized production. So basically, I'm not going through that list now, but I just want to show you with a diagram, right? So traditionally, when we talk about lean practice, we are automating mass production practices to the left. And then to the right, we have this market of customized product demanded by consumers. And there's a gap in between, right? And I think this gap can be filled by AI because AI brings this adaptability. Actually, I think this resonates with the theme of this event as well. how we can make these adaptive solutions. So the AI adaptability in this context means two things. One is that it makes our production process more adaptive, meaning not only we can produce things more efficiently, but we can also customize the production processes to make a customized product more easily. The second is that it also helps us to build adaptive products, meaning this product will be able to adapt to different user contexts, use cases, so that we have this really mass production of very personalized services or product. I think one of the good use case of this mass personalized production is actually in the personalized healthcare. As we all know, right, the most effective healthcare is personalized healthcare. And the most effective way is to do preventive healthcare. And all this, though, requires a lot of personalization, right? Because each people's situation is different. And how can we scale out such a solution to a massive scale, but still following like the mean practice? Here I listed some of the areas that AI can help to achieve this. And I'm going to drill down a few samples just to give you some like practical ideas. First thing is the, of course, the industry has been using AI to advance in medical researches. For instance, in the case of AlphaGo, sorry, not AlphaGo, AlphaFold, people are using generative AI to predict how the protein folds. So this will speed up like vaccine development, new medicines tremendously. Right. And the other example I want to show you is this. This is a research between Microsoft and Harvard University. Basically, they use generative AI to read radiology images, like the X-ray pictures, and they do assessment. And what they found is that even without like training or grounding, the common the open AI models can be in par with the human experts. So this means we can actually scale out those medical services to a lot of people without introducing a lot of like human resources. Basically, we can get a very reasonable result with a very reasonable cost. And but I think the most appropriate example in this area is this Robin from Expert. So basically, Robin is a healthcare robotics. It provides mental and emotional support to patients. As you can imagine, it can go around the hospital floor or the clinics to talk to different patients, like especially children or elder people, to try to understand their situation, to gauge their emotional state, and try to comfort them in this case. So this is like a perfect example of a very adaptive product. Basically, when we build this kind of a smartness into the product, we can offer very personalized experience to the consumers. But in the same way, but at the same time, right, we can still mass produce this kind of things, right? So this is what I mean is that AI is bringing this unique opportunities, not only to make our research and production process more adaptive, but also make the final product more adaptive to the end users. And I know I'm trying to move this really fast because I still have a few things to say. So I'm going to jump to the next topic where we can use AI for continuous improvement. And continuous improvement is one of my favorite aspect of Lean. I think not only to the Lean practice, continuous improvement, it could be like a best practice followed by everybody. Basically, we continue to try to make ourselves and make the world better around us. So imagine, right, you are working with a team. then this team somehow they acquire superhero capabilities. Like if you have a Doctor Strange who can go into the future and see what's going to happen in the future, and you have a Spider-Man who has this spider sense that can tell you something bad is about to happen, and you have this Superman who's like have super strength, can tackle very difficult challenges, and all this kind of super hero power is embedded in our workforce. And the way to wake those up is to use something like Copilot, right? So basically, the idea of Copilot is to use AI capabilities to enhance human, right? Like if you maybe if you want to arrange a meeting, you can use a Copilot to arrange the meeting, and it will find the best time slots for you. And that was just a simple example, right? But the thing is, right, once we introduce Copilot into this mix, not only we help the workers to improve themselves, the Copilot can also serve as a sample to teach people in the workforce how to behave better, right? Let's say if you see the Copilot is generating a meeting minutes more efficiently, is arranging the trip more efficiently, then this will inspire people to learn how to model after those AI-based agents. Actually, just earlier this week, Microsoft announced a Microsoft Planner, the new Microsoft Planner, which is embedded with AI capabilities. So basically now you have this fantastic team member in your team who's able to plan for your team actions and can participate in your Kanban discussions. You can assign tasks to it, and it will pick up tasks by itself, so that you have this really efficient, tireless team member in your team. And not only it will help your team member to do things better, but can also inspire your team member to improve themselves. And the other aspect of how we can use AI to help us to continuously improve is to uplift this ability to learn. If we look at the past 30 or 40 years, right? Initially, we are learning our knowledge from school. Then from the rise of the internet, we have browsers, which is great. We can navigate a huge amount of information, much more than what schools can offer. Then the next revelation is the search engine, right? I think people sometimes underestimate the significance of search engine, how it contributes to our civilization, because it helps everybody to acquire the relative knowledge very quickly. And then with the generative AI, basically now we have this super smart guy who has read the entire internet, and he comes to sit with you and say, hey, what do you want to know? And chances are he knows most of the stuff. And AI is also progressing very fast, right? Just not long ago, in one of the IQ tests, the OpenAI O1 model has surpassed most of the human beings to achieve a much higher IQ level. So now we are in this era that we have this tremendous teacher that we can learn from. I work for Microsoft, and I'm surrounded by a lot of engineers. I see every day, right, like the amount of code that is written by the AI or under the system of AI is increasing rapidly. We can see like the developers basically just describe what they want, and sometimes they don't even have the complete idea. They can actually have this chat with the AI to say, hey, now I have this algorithm ideas, some things I don't know, and if you know some better approaches, then the AI can actually teach them to guide them towards the better path. So this is a tremendously powerful way for us to learn from the AI and to improve ourselves. And the last part is that the AI can also uplift our ability to adapt. So basically, with the AI-based system, we can use this pattern, which I called observe, mimic, and optimize. So basically, we can deploy AI to observe the workflows or the production line. Then it can mimic what the human is doing. And then based on its analysis and the data models, it can start to optimize, right? Then this learning not only apply to that specific system, but can also be fed back to the human workers to see, hey, here are what the AI observes, and here are the possible optimizations. And then this will help people to learn, okay, how I can be more adaptive in the modern dynamic systems. And I don't think we have demo for the last data pipeline. This one is more abstract anyway. So I think I'm just going to skip this. And I think we are at the 25 minutes mark. Then we have like a 5 minutes questions, right? I know I moved through this deck really quickly, but I hope this deck can inspire some thinkings, especially how we can leverage AI to boost lean practices.
Thank you, Haishi. This has really been inspiring. So I guess we need to give the people some time to actually come up with the questions, because it has been a lot of information, but it's fantastic. So, any questions? There must be a lot. Oh, there's a lot of reactions.
Yeah, I see. I love that. Really appreciate the reactions.
So the first question, where do you expect the biggest changes in our lives?
Uh, I think, I mean, biggest change in the term of lean practice or in the area of AI? Um,
Well, whatever you would like to comment on.
yeah, I think the biggest change, I mean, related to our day-to-day life is this rise of autonomous agents. I think, I mean, the Hollywood movies, they've predicted like 30 years ago, but I think now we are getting really close to create this fully autonomous agent that not only can be assigned with tasks, but they can actually make decisions and make plans to help us to do things, right? One of the good example is that's fully autonomous driving, right? That's actually a good example of an autonomous agent that can do things much faster and much reliable than most humans. And also those like robotics in the household and in different industries, I think they have become more and more autonomous. I think that will have like a tremendous impact in our day-to-day life, right? For instance,
Thank you.
just imagine the fully automated driving. Eventually, on our road, all the cars can move like 200, 300 kilometers per hour. You don't need a driver license. There's no need of car insurance because everyone is safe, everyone's fast, right? So that would be tremendous.
Amazing. Mark is asking, how can AI record human action like outside of a system? So I think how would AI be able to observe what a human is doing?
Yeah, that's a great question. Actually, I think in the new development now we are looking at the video large models. The level of understanding just by looking at the camera feed is tremendously sophisticated nowadays. For instance, if you use old computer vision system, it's very easy to detect the face, right? But it's very hard to detect if a people is like annoyed or is people is being aggressive. Um, but with like the large video models, we can actually understand just by looking a few frames, not actually the consistent video stream, just by looking at a few streams, AI has a good understanding of like the general mood and what's the nature of that activity. So with those kind of advancement, we have to rethink what we think is possible. I think from the AI to observe human, there's like a great potentials to gain a lot of insights, but just with very little data. I think there are a lot of like researchers and experiments going into this area. I'm pretty sure you will see a lot of things coming out in the upcoming months and years.
Great. So do you have time for one final question?
Yeah, I have time, but I don't know if we are going to cut off.
No, we can take one question. So,
Okay.
is Pavel saying, thank you, but every coin has two sides. How to avoid a situation where a person begins to rely excessively on digital assistants
Yeah,
and stops
that's a
to develop themselves?
Yeah, that's a really great question. Actually, there's a whole subfield called responsible AI, how we harness the power of AI, but how we use AI responsibly. And over a reliance is definitely one of the aspect. But I mean, unfortunately, this is a very big topic. We cannot cover in like 20 seconds. But definitely, I think people acknowledge the challenge, and there are ways to counter act with that. For instance, there are researches about to reduce the hallucinations of AI models to make the result more reliable, and also to educate the public that what AI can do and what are the limitations. People need to realize, at least at this point, AI is still a tool, right? So it's ultimately the human who's responsible for how to use that tool. But this is unfortunately quite a large topic that we can cover here.
Well, thank you very much, Haishi. This has really been amazing. And thank you all for joining. And see you around later on this event.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for having me.
Cheers.
Thank you.